Good morning, children. How are you all? I hope you are fine. In today's session, I'm going to start the reading from first unit, that is The Duck and the Kangaroo. The Duck and the Kangaroo. It's a poem, children, and it is written by the author Edward Lear. It is written by who? Edward Lear. Let us see about the poet once. All of you open your textbooks. Open page number 18. Let me read this one. So he is Edward Lear. Edward Lear. I am reading the paragraph about him. Just you also read along with me. So he was born on 12th May 1812. He was died on 29th January 1888. He was a British artist, illustrator, author and poet, and he was renowned today primarily for his literary nonsense in poetry and prose. So he was an artist and even illustrator. Illustrator means who imagines the things and writes. Of course, author and poet. He can write both poetry as well as prose. In his childhood, he suffered from ill health. After a long decline in health, he died of heart disease. His principal areas of work as an artist were threefold, like a draughtsman employed to illustrate birds and animals. So he used to make illusions about birds and animals. Of course, making them very colorful by drawing during his journeys. As an author, Lear is principally known for his popular nonsense works rather than as a travel writer. These show a great ability to use with relish and the sound of real and invented English words. So he was always interested in inventing new words. He always wanted to be modern. Clear, children? Yes. And the poem The Duck and the Kangaroo is a poem with a touch of light humor. So this unit is about all what, children? Humor. We are reading about humorous incidents, funny incidents. That means what? If you read them, just they'll make us some happy. We'll feel happy. They'll make us laugh. So this poem is also one kind of that. And by looking at the title itself, what is the title here? The Duck and the Kangaroo. What can you understand from this? What do you think? What it might be? The lesson or the poem is about. So obviously we can understand there are two characters in this poem. That one is duck and another one is kangaroo. Both of them are friends, children. Duck and kangaroo are friends. Actually, duck was living in a small pond. This one we all know that, right? So ducks usually we find in ponds like that. Here also duck was living in a small pond, and kangaroo was used to go near the pond to drink the water every day. So like that, both of them became friends. Children, friendship, really, it's a wonderful relationship in the world. Do you have best friends? Obviously, you may have so many friends and best friends, right? Without friends, how the life will be? Can we imagine our life without friends? And there will be no age limit also, children, for friendship. We can make friends at any age. And of course, we can make the friends also of any age. At any age and of any age. There is no age limit at all. Friends are the one with whom we can share each and everything without having any blood relationship. For example, if you get any problem, your brothers or sisters, they'll try to help you out because they are having blood relationship with you. But coming to friends, without having any blood relationship itself, they will be always ready to stand aside of you. They always supports you. They always try to give their best. That's the value of friendship. And childhood children especially, it's very important phase and the luckiest phase in the total life. This is the moment where you can enjoy your life a lot with your friends. think you're missing your friends because for the last 6 to 7 months you're staying at home only, not going anywhere. I think you're missing friends. Yes, just try to imagine how was the life and how is the life. Friends always adds colors to our life. Is it true, children, or not? Yes. So this poem is also about that, a true friendship between the duck and kangaroo. So in which way it was worked out? In which way the kangaroo helped the duck? And what was the wish of the duck? What the duck wanted to do? And how they proved their friendship? That we are going to see in this poem. So shall I start the poem? All of you open your textbooks. Open page number 16. Let me read the first stanza. And you can observe the picture here, children. So we can observe that one kangaroo and duck. And children, don't pronounce like a kangaroo. We have to say it's a kangaroo. Understood, children? Kangaroo. Okay. The duck and the kangaroo. Let me read it. Said the duck to the kangaroo, "Good gracious, how you hop over the fields and the water too, as if you never would stop. My life is a bore in this nasty pond, and I long to go out in the world beyond. I wish I could hop like you," said the duck to the kangaroo. Okay, so said the duck to the kangaroo. What it said? Actually, this poem is about like a conversation between these two. They were talking with each other. So one day, what happened? The duck felt very sad. It was in a nasty pond. How was the life of the duck? It was living in a small nasty pond. Nasty means unpleasant, bad, which is not good, dirty. Understood, children? Nasty means unpleasant, bad, not good, dirty. So duck was living in one small nasty pond. That's why it felt very sad, and it felt like its life was very boring, because always it had to spend the total time in that small pond only. It can't go anywhere. It can't go anywhere. That's why what happened? One day, duck, what it said to the kangaroo? What it said? "Good gracious, how you hop!" Look at the exclamatory marks, children. Those are sudden expressions, feelings, emotions. Good gracious. Gracious means what? Something. If you see any unusual things, or surprisingly, amazingly, if you feel it superb, then we can say this one, good, gracious. So the duck, whenever it sees the kangaroo, how it feels? Wow, that's really gracious. How you hop. Hop means jumping. Hop means what, children? Hop means move by jumping. How the kangaroo jumps? Always it hops, right? It doesn't walk, it hops. That means what? Moving by jumping. So by looking at the kangaroo, duck felt and said that, wow, good, gracious, how you hop over the fields and the water too. You're hopping over the fields and the water too. You can go around the world. You can go wherever you want. You can visit so many places like that. And also looking like as if you never would stop. Will you stop at any place? You always roams. You always move from one place to another place. Will you stop at any place? Like the duck was asking. My life is bored in this nasty pond, and I long to go out in the world beyond. Okay, long means here wish very much. Here what is the meaning, children? Long means here in this context, in this poem, what is the meaning? Wish very much. What is the wish of the duck? And what it is wishing? That too very strongly. Duck wanted to go out in the world beyond. So duck wanted to come out of that nasty pond. It wanted to went around the world. It wanted to see all the world. So many things, beautiful things. It wanted to enjoy the nature like that. So what was the wish of the duck? It wanted to roam all over the world. Understood, children? Yes. Okay, I wish I could hop like you. So I'm thinking, I'm wishing that I could hop like you. It would have been better. My life would be more comfortable, or I would be more happy if I can hop like you. But it's not possible. It's very sad. I can't hop like you. That's why I have to stay here. So that's how in the first stanza duck expressed about its wish to the kangaroo. So now let us see what happened. What was the response and what was the further conversation between these two? Let me read the second stanza, children. You also read along with me. Please give me a ride on your back, said the duck to the kangaroo. I would sit quite still and say nothing but quack the whole of the long day through, and we would go to the Dee and the Jelly-Bolly, over the land and over the sea. Please take me a ride, oh do, said the duck to the kangaroo. So what was the next conversation between them? Duck was asking, please give me a ride on your back. Ride. Ride means short journey. Ride means what, children? Short journey. Just give me a small ride on your back. I wanted to roam all over the world. So please do me a favor. Just let me give me a chance. I wanted to roam. So do one thing. Give me a ride on your back. Give me a ride on your back. I would sit quite still and say nothing but quack. I don't bother you. I don't disturb you. I will not do anything. Just simply I'll sit on your back. That's it. And of course, I will say only quack, quack, quack. That's it. Okay. See, if you are asking anyone for any help, how do you ask generally? We plead them, we request them, and we'll say, I will not do anything. Please do me a favor. Like that, even the duck was also saying, it was requesting the kangaroo. I will not say anything, I will not do anything. Simply, I will sit silently. But I'll make the sounds like quack, quack, quack. That's it. Okay? Next. And we'll go to the places like what? Dee and the Jelly-Bolly. Children, Dee and the Jelly-Bolly is the name of the place, and actually these are the imaginary places that were imagined by the poet. We have seen in the like about the poet, right? He was used to have some illusions, imagining. Okay, so these two places actually, those are imaginary places. He was describing that those places are very beautiful, and Duck wanted to see or visit those places. Is it clear, children? And we'll go over the land and over the sea. Please take me a ride. Okay, let us see the third stanza. Okay, like stanza. Said the kangaroo to the duck, this requires some little reflection. Perhaps on the whole it might bring me luck. And there seems but one objection, which is, if you will let me speak so bold, your feet are unpleasantly wet and cold, and would probably give me the rheumatiz, said the kangaroo. Next stanza. So, kangaroo listened whatever the duck said. Okay, now what the kangaroo is saying, what is the reply? This requires some little reflection. Reflection means what here? Thought. Reflection means thought. Okay, so kangaroo listened that whatever the duck said, and what it said, it leads or it requires some reflection. That means, okay, I'll think about that. I have to think about that. Why kangaroo has to think about that? Because there was a small objection. Objection means it was having some little bit problem. What was that? And let me speak you bold. So kangaroo was saying, I want to be very frank, bold. I don't want to say or hide anything. Just I would like to say the exact problem. There is a small problem. I can go. I can take you for a ride. But just try to know about my problem also. See how frankly it was telling that. Okay. So what it said, actually, your feet are unpleasantly wet and cold. Whose feet are unpleasantly wet and cold? duck. If you look at the feet of the duck, they are unpleasant. That means looks ugly. And one more problem is what? They are always wet and cold. Wet means you know that, right? They'll be always like watery. And cold. Because of that, maybe, probably, maybe there is a chance that I may get the disease called rheumatiz. What is that, children? Rheumatiz. Rheumatiz means it's a disease that you will get of like bones. Okay, see the meaning, turn the page, see that one. Rheumatiz means a disease that makes the muscles and joints painful. Rheumatiz means it's a disease that makes the muscles and joints painful. So as your feet are always wet and cold, there is a chance that I may get the disease called rheumatiz. So maybe I'll become ill, which is not good for health. That's what I'm thinking. Otherwise, I don't have any problem. I'm always ready to help you. I would like to give you a ride. That is the only problem. Like that kangaroo said. After listening that, what was the response from Jack? Let us see. Let us see the next stanza. Said the Jack, as I sat on the rocks, I have thought over that completely. And I bought 4 pairs of worsted socks, which fit my web feet neatly. And to keep out the cold, I have bought a clock. And every day a cigar I will smoke, all to follow my own dear true lover-fit kangaroo. So what was the response from the duck? Duck said, yes, I know that. I have expected this. I know this one before itself. You may ask like this. That's why what I did, I sat on the rock and think over it. Then I got one idea. What was that? Actually, I bought. Children, buy, bought. Never say buyed. Buy, bought. I bought 4 pairs of worsted socks. Worsted means here woolen socks. Woolen socks means you know that, children, right? So we'll feel some kind of warmness if we wear woolen cloths or socks like that. So what it did, as you are saying that my feet are always wet and cold, what I will do, I'll do one thing. I'll wear the worsted socks, woolen socks, so that it will give some kind of warmness. Okay, and one more thing I will do. Okay, I keep out the cold. I have bought a clock, and every day a cigar I'll smoke. Not only the socks, even I bought a clock. Here children, CLOAK clock means coat. Here what is that, children? CLOAK clock means coat. Okay, even I have bought the clock, coat also. So I wear the coat and also I will try to wear the woolen socks so that you may not feel that cold, okay, or wetness. Understood? Okay, and not only that, I'll try to have a cigar every day. Cigar means cigarette. So that what will happen? It gives us warmness. And all to follow my own dear true love of a kangaroo. Why am I doing all these things? Just I wanted to feel my friend better. I wanted to feel my friend happy. And I don't want to give any trouble to my friend. That's why I have thought over this before itself and I made my preparations. I bought 4 pairs of worsted socks and I bought 1 clock, and also I would like to have 1 cigar every day. Understood, children? Yes. By listening this, what was the response from the kangaroo? Let us see. Said the kangaroo, I'm ready, all in the moonlight pale, but to balance me well, dear duck, sit steady and quiet at the end of my tail. So away they went with a hop and a bound, and they hopped the whole world 3 times round. And who so happy? Oh, who as a duck and the kangaroo. The last stanza, what was that, children? By listening this, what were the, after listening the preparations that were done by the duck, kangaroo felt very happy and kangaroo agreed for the ride. What it said? Oh, that's nice, that's great, that's good. I'm ready. All the moonlight pale. Pale means low or dull. Pale means low or dull. So they started their ride at the evening. Okay, and what it said, okay, the moonlight, let the moonlight become low or dull. Like that, they started their journey, and what the kangaroo advised to the duck, just balance me well. Dear duck, sit steady. Balance me well, sit steady, and quiet at the end of my time. So where you have to seek? Exactly at the end of my tail. Look at the picture like this. Okay? And like that, they went around the world by hopping and bounding. Like that, they roamed around the world 3 times. At the end, who are happy, children? Here both are happy. The duck and the kangaroo both are happy. Why the duck was happy? Because its wish. What was its wish? It wanted to roam all over the world and see the beautiful nature and different places. That was fulfilled or not? Yes. Because of the kangaroo, it was fulfilled. That's why duck was happy. And why the kangaroo was happy? Because helping. See, here if we help anyone, really that gives us lot of happiness. As it helped the duck, by seeing the duck, it also felt very happy. So that was the friendship between the duck and the kangaroo. You also always try to help your friends' children. So sometimes even we have to do some sacrifices like that. And from this poem we can understand that to fulfill our goal or desire, we should have this strong desire first of all. Everyone, actually each and every one will have desires, wishes. We want to do something. But our wishes or desires should be very strong, very strong. Then only we can find the way to fulfill our desires. And also we should know, in order to fulfill the wishes or desires, obviously we get some problems. Then we should know how to overcome that problems. We should have to be prepared for that. So if you are having strong desire and proper plans, definitely you can do whatever you want. So that's the moral of the poem, The Duck and the Kangaroo. I hope you understood this, children. So today's homework is write the glossary and summary of this poem in your classwork. Tomorrow we'll see the workbook part. Thank you.